The rabbis have been able to twist Christian apologists into a lack of knowledge about how to respond to their virgin birth objections, but no more. And I will continue with another obvious example. But if there has been any issue surrounding the virgin birth that you do not think I have resolved, let me know in the comments section. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date. Why did you get married? Maybe you're not married. But what might one of the reasons why you get married be? Love, and also maybe to have children. When we look at the Bible, whether it's Jacob's marriage, Ruth's marriage, Solomon's marriage, Adam and Eve's marriage, what was God's primary plan with marriage? God blessed them and said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth." This does not mean that everyone in the world has to have children, but God desires that His people have children. God tells you many things in the Bible. He tells you to do righteousness, pursue justice, mercy. There are many passages on helping the orphan and the immigrant and the foreigner living amongst you. We know that when God's alleged son, Jesus, if you are a rabbi, was here on earth, He pursued these very qualities. And whether Jew or Christian, you believe that these qualities and all the other ones that God tells you to follow are qualities that He is. You know God is not a hypocrite and wouldn't ask of you what He is not Himself. Do you agree? Good. Let's get back to marriage. Did God get married? And if He did, would He also have to be fruitful and multiply like He tells you and me to do? What does God's Bible have to say about that? Let's look at a very famous passage. "Behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not like the covenant which I made with their fathers in the day I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, my covenant which they broke, although I was a husband to them." Oh, what is that you are saying, Rabbi? This new covenant is with Israel and Judah and not the Gentiles. We'll get back to that one, so buckle up. From this in Jeremiah, and there are more, you can conclude God has a wife, and her name is not the European Union, Russia, or Iran, but Israel. So why is this important, you ask? God tells you to be fruitful and multiply once you get married. Wouldn't God be a hypocrite if He did not do the same? The answer is yes. So is God a hypocrite? No, of course not. God had a son, and His name was Jesus, brought forth from a virgin according to the Greek Hebrew Scriptures and the Hebrew Scriptures in Isaiah 7:14. And although you rabbis have gone through great strides to equivocate this, your attempts have ended in utter failure. If you have ever read the Old Testament, you will become aware that Israeli men were allowed to marry more than one wife. Though you do not need a reason, one of the reasons according to ancient Jewish practice that a man would marry another woman was if she could not bear children for her husband. Then the husband would marry another woman. It seems that around the time that Jesus was born, Israel stopped bearing fruit for God, so what do you think God did? God married another bride, a Gentile bride, and called her the church. And since we know that God is from the tribe of Judah, and that tribal descent is transferred patrilinearly according to the book of Numbers, it seems logical that she is now part of the tribe of Judah. You can unbuckle now, rabbis. For the Christians that had trouble explaining how the church was included in the new covenant when only Israel and Judah were mentioned, and stood, though in a lack of knowledge about how to explain it, good for you. That's what we call faith. You no more need faith for this, so you can use that faith for something else. You can also imagine the immense jealousy that the other wife, Israel, would feel once the church started to produce children for her new husband. It seems like the story of Jacob and his brides describes this conflict the best. And if you rabbis start resorting to mandrakes to try to defeat my arguments, don't worry, I'm waiting just for that.